So what do you think of your experience on high-speed rail thus far?
I was expecting to have an 1800s Laura Ingalls Wilder railway experience.
Well, this is called high-speed rail.
Yes.
And it gets us from Taipei to Tainan in how many
1.5 hours.
Xiaopang is one of my mom's best friends of all times. In fact, I've known her all my life. She's practically family. She's dropping us off in the city center near my old house so I can show Corinne around for a couple of hours before heading off to her family's big barbecue in the country. Hello friends, I'm back in Tainan where I was born, and oh, I love the air here, love the colors here, the streets. A lot of people think of Tainan as the iconic city for tourism in Taiwan because people connect the word old and ancient and historical with Tainan City. But to me, it's just home, and I'm just so happy to be here. It makes me want to cry. Tainan City is organized by its major roundabouts. The central one, which is called民生绿园, the north one, the south one, east and west, which I'd love to show you. Across the street from me is 土地银行, or the land bank. It was established during the Japanese colonial period, built in Greek revival style, with heavy, tall columns and imposing pedestrian arcade. If you look up, you'd see swallow nests, 燕窝, which sparked my young imagination when I used to walk under them some 30 years ago. As we walk towards the major roundabout, Yuanhuan, we come across one of old Tainan's famous canvas shops that's been around for over 90 years. I don't think the owner or the shop changed a bit since I was a child.
会讲说他去国外回来，说奇怪，你们这间店怎么还在？大家都以为不会做那么久。
Wow, and across the street, 文学馆 is a literary museum. This roundabout is so big, and it was the center of our universe in Tainan as I was growing up. In fact, I walked past this once a week to go to my choir practice, and I was hit by a moped one time at this roundabout. Here we are at the National Museum of Taiwan Literature. Have a coffee, but you cannot bring any food or drinks inside. Guess what? They said you can leave your food and drink right here. It's a very trusting culture. You can leave it. The National Museum of Taiwan Literature was first built during the period of Japanese Taiwan to house the Japanese colonial government. It was badly damaged during World War II and neglected for a long time before it was restored as a literature museum. It currently has an exhibit on a Japanese traveler's writing during his time in Taiwan in 1920, and that's 100 years ago, a century ago. Here's a little piece of before and after the restoration. Here we are, back to the roundabout again. You can see from all the buildings in Tainan City Center that the architecture style was very European during the Japanese colonial period, reflecting the various revival styles in major European cities at that time. Notice the color here in Tainan is very different, the glare. It's not quite as humid as Taipei. Oh, 度小月! Oh. Heard from friends and families that they have moved down the streets and up the street and then down the street again, and here they are. Oh my gosh. This place, 度小月, has been around for over 100 years. It is known for a very small bowl of noodles called 蛋仔面 or dami in Taiwanese. The name of the shop, 度小月, literally means making ends meet during the low season. Because the original owner of 度小月 was from a fishing family. When the catch was slow, They would make ends meet by selling these little bowls of noodles with their family's special meat sauce, broth, minced garlic, and a single shrimp on top. After that yummy snack, we're heading back toward Lin Baihuo, Lin Department Store, which is another architecture built during the period of Japanese Taiwan. It was the first department store in Taiwan. After the Japanese occupation, this building was used to produce salt. It fell to disuse when commerce moved to Taipei and was finally restored as a department store for cultural revitalization about 10 years ago. Cultural revitalization, or 文创, is actually a movement to revitalize and to innovate Taiwan's local culture. So in this department store, you can see traditional goods with modern, creative twists. This store is extremely popular with tourists, though, for its history and for all the creative objects it sells. Wow, that was a very short but nice overview around the roundabout. And we're waiting for our friends to pick us up because other than culture in Tainan, for us anyway, there's a lot of family and friends, and we will get to see our friends really soon. 上车！哎，怎么小朋友跑出来了？迎接。好。Actually, not in Tainan City right now. We're in rural Tainan, enjoying a family barbecue with my oldest friend because. 好久不见 My friend since childhood. We grew up together. But she's much younger. She's already almost 40. Oh!
烤肉啦，对啦。
嘿啊，烤肉啊。
烤肉咱拢讲控油啦。
哦，控油。下面对几块？
台湾话就是控油。
哦，控油不是控。叫什么名字？杨欣，你知道我是谁吗？来 7等一下，
一次烤过3个面包。
哦，所以你烤过3个面包，所以你今天就可以烤猪是吧？
应该吧。
你今天这是最重要的工作哦。
烤焦了。哦，技术指导哦。啊，太可爱了吧！烤乳猪第1名。
中秋节快乐！吃月饼。
嗨 ，Hello， 这是 Coco 一下。能变成你在烤肉，好，不用招手没关系，你很忙。哇，我们在烤肉哦。1、2，还有第3个烤肉架。这个是谁
？My sister， 耶，我会说英文耶。
啊，你是谁？自我介绍一下。
Hi, I'm Helen.
Helen。
妮妮。
然后这个是谁
？Jason
的人都是我从小认识的朋友哦。然后婷婷
Yes， 婷婷。
How long have I known you？ 我认识你多久？
从出生40 years old。
No trip to Tainan is ever long enough, but we did walk on the streets of Tainan City, had my 度小月 and celebrated both 中秋节 Mid-Autumn Festival and 国庆日 the National Day over a mega cookout with some of my favorite people. Goodbye, Tainan. We'll be back soon.